Greetings, fellow viewers. I greet you all wherever you are. This is Capo Daniel, the chairman of the People's Right Advocacy Platform. Today, as na weekend, and na the eve for 20th May, we know say 20th May, na automatic say all ambassadors they go boycott them. The People's Right Advocacy Platform would then send out a message demanding for all Cameroonians, francophone them, meet and demand an end to the war, meet and demand a solution negotiable, a negotiated settlement for this war. Now, the right thing for we to do, for be engaged and not just become Mr. Nose. So, my country people, them, we go to dwell inside some message with Chris Anu, he don't put them for our side. Una know say for the past 1 year, the People's Right Advocacy Platform would run the campaign say we need direct negotiation with La Republique. After the failed Canadian talk, it was apparent that the world is see our side like the belligerent faction, and so as such, the war either abandon our quest, they then become more aggressive when we talk about independence. So Cameroon feels that they win, and if we just left things so it go bad for our side. So we then take that leadership, take the responsibility for demand for direct negotiation as a way for end this war, and we then make big success then. Chris Anu, he then come out, person where he be the talk 1 year before, when we be the talk say one direct negotiation, if they be the talk saying a treason. There are right later, he said that right later for small Eric Chinje, small potatoes. Say me go take and go tampo Yaoundé, see one get direct negotiation. The reaction for the regime for engage following our appeal, it then make people like Chris Anu me then go gaga because for them this struggle no be about Wuna Ambazonia for them, not about their own Gary where they chop them. They feel say when thing that happen positively, you spoil na their Gary, na the mistake where they make about this struggle. Anyway, I will take on and go for this video so that make I address the content for the video. As we get enough time today, make a take on for the video.
You have there on your screen the image of Ngong Capo Daniel, whom I really consider in this struggle to be an inconsequential, irrelevant, never for once, ladies and gentlemen, have I ever considered him a serious person, a serious activist, a serious comrade. I wouldn't even dare calling him a comrade. He doesn't qualify to be called a comrade.
So this is Chris Anu putting on an image of myself that was generated by Konda Titus, who is a Cameroon military attaché, the enemy, sharing the picture of an enemy. And according to Chris Anu, that is me putting on Cameroon police clothes, Cameroon commissioner clothes. So any person where na a normal reasoning person, you go first of all know say that picture na a fake. That is not me putting on a Cameroon police or a Cameroon commissioner dresses. That is the Cameroon military trying to deceive our lay people by sharing false information. Chris Anu, where he claims say be president in Anchor Chief, he carried the picture from the enemy source, where it be meant to confuse our people, publicize that picture, claim say na me that were put on Cameroon commissioner clothes. I don't know what are the Chris Anu of a door where you no distinguish between fake image and real image. But we know say na just a dishonest person. The first thing we talk now say, consider me Capo Daniel like a serious person or a whatever. Now the problem this way, small picking them like Chris Anu, then get them. For this struggle, Chris Anu na a small picking, very inconsequential person. Na person where no get any soldier for ground zero. Na just a journalist. Where the talk make noise for social media. Where they come for talk all these rants. So I will take una through the video and I will explain for now who the Chris Anu be and who I be vis-a-vis. First of all, make I show a screenshot to compare my impact on our people then and Chris Anu impact. Every single day I make a podcast where they be listened to at least according to Google statistics, 3 million of our people then. They listen for my podcast every day. Now the highest consumed product that or message for our population for ground zero. Everybody listens to my podcast every day. That is a screenshot to show you that Chris Anu is pale. It's a very small platform compared to my platform. More people listen to me and watch me than Chris Anu. Unless you go and look in Facebook, and you cannot use Facebook statistic as reliable because you can pay to have views and it can be manipulated. But on YouTube, you have organic, since it is a monetized. You have accurate data that consider information shared on WhatsApp, since WhatsApp is owned by Google, and on YouTube. So more Ambazonians watch me 10 times than Chris Anu. Chris Anu is a clown. Is the biggest clown that have ever existed in our struggle. Talking about consequences on ground zero. He has zero or no consequences at all, apart from his big mouth. So I will show now, I will take una through this the Chris Anu presentation, and I will address ye, make una know who be this big mouth church rat. So make you listen.
But unfortunately, this is the person that AGOFC was sending to represent them everywhere. Go into every meeting. AGOFC is represented by who? By Capo Daniel. This guy you find on your screen wearing the police uniform of La République du Cameroon.
So Chris Anu, a brother, Phil Machar, a murderer, person where he done kill our chief them for inside Lebialem. He done slaughter soldier them for the Tigers of Ambazonia. ADF soldier them. Independent soldier them, like the Godfather who will be saying, I mean, them go stop Sonora. This criminal, where you go take money for La République du Cameroon, for allow CDC, here and Sako meet them open. It led to the death of hundreds of our soldiers them for inside Southwest Day. It come out, it want talk about me, the talks I wear Cameroon police uniform. Now your brother be the wear Cameroon military uniform in reality. See how stupid somebody like this if he be. It wonder me how come people like this even there for social media. When I remember say Chris Anu want Cameroon for travel for abroad, he take money for a uncle he die. For Prince material that for uncle he die, take nara money, run go for abroad. Money where they don't gather and family don't contribute for bury he uncle. Now the money that way Chris Anu the church rat, he take and go for abroad. Today the one stand he talk, run him out on social media for talk about me. Say AGOFC, every meeting where AGOFC the one go they send me. So if they send me, it shows say I be competent. And first of all, what would I need to know Ambazonia? In the beginning of this struggle, the t-shirt that Mancho BBC wore was t-shirt out of my initiative in China. We gathered money, we foresaw the crisis coming up, we sent those resources to meet the lawyers at the critical moment. Me, Capo Daniel, I was there to help the lawyers. The cliche that you guys all saw on t-shirts that the diaspora supports the lawyer for federalism. Those t-shirts and those messages were all branded by me. So there is no other person you can say that has built the Ambazonian ideology than myself. Selling our flag, I was doing modeling, promoting our flag, shipping our flag from all over the world. When it came to the Declaration of Independence by Siseko, 2018, Pa Fongalafo, who was in charge of organizing the rally because of the network of the NCNC, gave that responsibility to me. I was the one that produced all the flags in Ground Zero to celebrate the Independence Day Declaration. So Chris Anu is a nobody when it comes to this struggle. He's an opportunist that was introduced by who? Issa Churuma. That is the person who introduced Chris Anu in this struggle. I, Capo Daniel, I was the founder of the IG. We created the IG. I'm part of the delegation that formed the IG that you, Chris Anu, you claim you are a president in that organization. It's not only the AGOFC that have been sending me to meeting. Siseko Ayok Tabi, as the chairman of the governing council, at that time it was called the governing council before it was the IG, delegated me, Capo Daniel, to liaise with the common law lawyers to make them to be part of the SCACU. That is the reason why today you have Harmony Bobga was the member of the IG, Restoration Council. Those are responsibilities that I, Capo Daniel, I took. not like church rats like Chris Anu. So the first day I met Chris Anu, this is what you people should know. You people have all seen him with those dirty dresses. Somebody who go to America, of all places, the land of opportunity, milk and honey, and he could not get a job because he's a lazy con man who spent his time pretending to be a pastor, looking to get money and reap money from innocent poor people in America. This church rat, you saw him, he could not even put on a coat, a suit, a proper suit in the beginning of this struggle, even though he was living in America. I remember the first time I met Chris Anu in Nigeria, where Princess Harriet paid his transport from America to Nigeria to attend the fourth conclave where we created the IG. He came there and we refused. Seseko drove him away. Go, go. Chris Anu, go. We don't want you for here. He was crying outside, begging to come in, asking me to allow him to get into the conclave. So who is he to open his mouth and run his mouth? A small boy, irrelevant. Even when they make him the spokesperson of the IG, when SDF wanted to run their project, their conference in Bamenda, he could not even talk to Frundi. He was afraid. He gave me the responsibility to make sure that Frundi do not host the SDF convention in Bamenda. And I did my job. I even publicized the audio of me talking to Frundi and threatening him not to carry out the convention in Bamenda. So who is consequential in this struggle? Who is consequential, me or Chris Anu? Chris Anu, the biggest Confucianist. Somebody where Mark Barata, an Amazonian activist, said that if you put Chris Anu and Paul Biya, he would prefer to shoot Chris Anu with his one bullet than to shoot Paul Biya, to tell you how evil this man is. How many Amazonian soldiers have he killed? I mean, command them to be killed. From the attempt to assassinate General Arke to the 32 Amazonian soldiers that were buried alive in Bui because he claimed that they were working for La République du Cameroon. Anyway, let us listen to the to the clown make a fool of himself, and we'll get to respond to that later.
Met him in one conference in Cambodia, and the man was sent out of the conference. He was ejected. He was ejected from the conference because of his rude behavior. He stood up, walked to my seat, and said he wanted to beat me in there. That guy there. And I just sat there, looked at him, and the organizers of the conference asked him to leave. The man walked away. I just controlled my temper in there. I would have given him one solid slap, and they would have taken him from there to the hospital. But I guess the Holy Spirit held me down and said, hey, don't mess up your dignity with an inconsequential like him. So I didn't respond, but the organizers of the conference sent him packing. Now,
so this is so pathetic. When you see a grown man lying like a child, like a teenager in primary school, it makes you wonder, where is his dignity? I'll explain to you people what happened in Cambodia. The conference that we used to go for capacity building in Cambodia. Initially, when we were going to Cambodia, Chris Anu went online and said that the people who are going to Cambodia are being paid by Diongote, the Prime Minister of Cameroon, that we are working for La République du Cameroon. When he saw that Cambodia was building capacity for Amazonians who were negotiating in Canada, they were helping try to build our capacity. Chris Anu, because he could not go to Cambodia, to Canada, they did not invite him because he is inconsequential. He decided now to come to Cambodia. When they wanted to start the capacity building in Cambodia, I was consulted by the organizers. I requested that Chris Anu should be invited. I requested that Chris Anu should be invited so that everybody should have a chance for the capacity building. They reached out to Chris Anu. He refused, that he cannot come there because me, Capo Daniel, I was there, and of people were there, and it was sponsored by La République. But when he heard that it was building capacity for Canada and he wanted to join the Canadian talks, which he initially said that was a La République project. Now he knew that it was a serious project. He was running to come to Cambodia. He was now the one writing to the people in Cambodia that he wants to join. So it tells you he's somebody who have no dignity, no honor, no pride, no standard. Na ashawo Now, big mob, dirty mob person. He came to Cambodia. In the airport in Cambodia, I will share with you some of the pictures in Cambodia. In the airport in Cambodia, the first person who met Chris Anu in Cambodia was Yerima, the vice president of the IG, the representative of Seseko Ayutabi. Yerima saw Chris Anu in transit it was in Bangkok, where we were transiting in Bangkok. Yerima decided to go back. He said, who bring this wicked, evil man? He go better go back, take the next flight. The people in the mediators without border, they caught me. I was in Cambodia, and they say, please beg Yerima not to go. Yerima bought a ticket for seeing Chris Anu in the airport, that he cannot sit down with this Satan himself. I was the one who begged Yerima not to go. And when the fool saw me, he just, hey, Capo, now you this finally, I don't see you again. Capo, and I say, salute me. I look at him. I had said that for the people, ADF soldier that was killed in Bui. I see this man, I will slap him. That is a promise I had made to myself. But in that security place, I calmed down myself. He hold me and was asking, how is this thing in Cambodia? Who are the people sponsoring it? I heard that it was La Republic. I explained to him very well. I took my time, I explained to him very well in the airport. After convincing Yerima, I told Yerima that I saw the man and the man came to me to greet me. He looks humble. I begged Yerima, plead with Yerima to come back. Yerima came back. When the other participant, Ambazonian participant on the ground in Cambodia heard that Chris Anu is coming, everybody wanted to run away. Let me share with you some of the memories in Cambodia so that you could laugh at this he-goat. I can only call him he-goat. I'll share you some of our pictures. I think this is my pictures with Yerima when we're transiting in the airport in Cambodia. I will try to show you people some of the moments we shared in Cambodia. Because these trips, I think you can see from my back, me and Yerima. Let me move my picture. You can see that is me and Yerima boarding a flight to go to the conference in Cambodia. Yerima is a very good patriot, even though sometimes we disagree, but it's somebody I respect him a lot. We travel together in the same plane. Everybody, we make sure that we are very far away from Chris Anu until we arrive in Cambodia. So I will show you some of the pictures of us when we're going out as a team, because these conferences are giving Ambazonians leadership opportunities to know each other personally and to bond. So when we travel to some of these conferences, they organize for us dinners, outings, so that we can meet each other, talk with each other, become more familiar, and it helps to build our capacity apart out of the classes that we take and all those stuff. So I'll share with you some of the pictures in Cambodia just so that you all have an idea of what it happens. These are the pictures. We went for several outings, except the official outings that were sponsored by, that were paid for by our people there in Cambodia. None of these social outings did you see Chris Anu. You see, these are all the men that were there. All of us going out to hang out. No single time did we go out with Chris Anu. No. Because everybody know that this man is an evil and wicked man. So I will just share with you some of these images. And he said that when I wanted to beat him and they eject me from the conference. Yes, it is true that I wanted to beat Chris Anu, and I've made it public several times. When we went there, the first session, he came up with this idea that he wants to call for a referendum in front of international experts. And myself and Yerima, we told him that demanding for referendum, you're actually conceding from your point that you claim that Cameroon, we are not part of Cameroon. You cannot be asking Cameroon government to give us referendum. It means that you are asking for ELECAM to organize elections in our territory. You are asking for something from Cameroon. Independent and liberation struggle, you do not, it's not agitation. It is totally different. And then he came down and he calmed down and he said, oh yes, it was because he was just trying, he's frustrated with the war and all this type of things. So he's an amateur. He cannot articulate anything. He contradicts himself. He's against the United Nations. He has asked for attacks against the United Nations, banning groups here and there. He's not somebody who is consistent or who even know what he's doing. If somebody thinks that that is me, Capo Daniel, wearing a Cameroon military clothes, police clothes, then it shows you that that person have some screw in his head, have loose. So the second session, he tried to provoke me with what was he talking about? That, oh, you people were kidnapping Mrs. Munde for money with Ayabacho. And I woke up, I want to spank him. I was hurt. I wanted to show him that I'm from Bamenda. You don't talk rubbish to us, especially when you are a killer, you are a murderer. These are the people who delegitimize General Ivor until he was murdered. These are the people who are responsible for thousands of Ambazonian soldiers being killed because they went and received money from CDC. And the fool was proud to say it in public. So nevertheless, I will play a little bit of this clip.
Also had another meeting very recently where...
Before I get to that one, let me play some of our clip in Cambodia. I think you people saw the video where we were all dancing. That was at the end of the conference. So oh no, let me first share with you some of our video of socializing in Cambodia, so that you people can also see what was happening there. So these are videos of our socializing. That is me, Yerima. This Yerima. All of us with all the other people there. I think you can see us. We really had a good time there after hard work, to relax, to bond. It was a very wonderful time. That is the APLM representative, a lawyer from Canada. That's Dr. Asong Emmanuel. And we had really good time. And every time we go out as a team, all of us in Ambazonia, we never invited Chris Anu, because Chris Anu is an evil, wicked man. He's somebody that is hated by all Ambazonians for what he has done, the people he has killed. So these are some of the videos socialized, and Chris Anu was never there. So I will show you guys the end of the conference we had in Cambodia. I think we have previously shared this video, so you could see all of us there dancing on the stage. And the fool could not even participate because he came and said that he wanted to hold guitar. This is the Ambazonian delegation. We presented our culture, and you can see me playing a prominent role presenting Ambazonia. The fool said that I was ejected from the conference. Why will people lie obvious things that there are evidence that prove the contrary, even when they know the truth? It is because they are the sons of the devil. They don't have no dignity. They don't have any honor. Chris Anu is a shameless church rat that came to Nigeria. He did not even have money to buy food. You can imagine this guy, when I met him in Nigeria during the fourth conclave, his transport was paid by Princess Harriet. He came to Nigeria and he was begging us money in the hotel to buy lunch. He did not have money on himself to buy food in Nigeria. Somebody from the United States. So he has taken this struggle as a means for him to earn money. That's why he was fighting with Sako over the rights to control their YouTube channel revenues. So he's a criminal. Let me play this other video of him talking so that you guys can hear.
We were told that he was consulted. Him packing, sent him packing. Now, we also had another meeting very recently where we were told that he was consulted for some, I don't want to go into it, I don't want to mention it, but he was consulted for some meeting that was to come up. And we made it very clear from this interim government, we are not going to dignify people like him who have nothing to do, who have no positive role to play in this struggle, by going to sit on the same table to discuss Ambazonia with him. Because, by the way...
So Chris Anu is saying that there is a meeting in which I was consulted and he was approached and he was told about a round table where all of us Ambazonia would sit and talk about the future of our country. What Chris Anu should understand is that the consultation of that meeting, I wasn't just consulted. I was part of the people. I'm the main person that made that meeting or this initiative possible because of the stance I've taken for the past 1 year. So when I was consulted, I wasn't consulted just like somebody was consulted before they are meeting him. I actually recommend that they should meet him. So he's a small boy. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That they want to have a meeting, Ambazonia meeting, and he's claiming that he cannot be on the table with me. Well, listen to him.
People like him who have nothing to do, who have no positive role to play in this struggle, by going to sit on the same table, to discuss Ambazonia with him. Because, by the way, he has no following, he has no influence, he only has his mouth. He only has his mouth. So we told that organization, if you consult with him, you want to bring him to the table, trust us, this interim government will not sit on any table with this fellow who is a traitor among us. We made
it. So this is the man who went and collect money from CDC to stop soldiers from attacking CDC. That led to the killing of hundreds of Ambazonian soldiers. They were killing soldiers, putting their dead bodies on timber. This is a real traitor that was designated as an infiltrator by the Advocacy, responsible for the untold death of our people, calling Ambazonian soldiers that they were B, who were later on slaughtered in Bui. This is the idiot that thinks he can call somebody a traitor and say he would never sit on a table with Capo Daniel. Meanwhile, the interim government that he claimed to be representing was created by me, Capo Daniel. See how some people are so dull. And I want to tell you people that this was not the first time this idiot have made the same statement. Remember this is statement he made. Listen.
One enemy. We banned the ADF and we told every county you find anything ADF anywhere, eradicate them. They will be crushed. This, what happened in Bui, should send a message to the ADF and the Advocacy that this interim government would no longer sit down to negotiate with you out there.
So this is not the first time he's saying that he's banning people. People don't have following. I've clearly shown that I have more following than him. So this is not the first time. This is not the last time. And there is this other video I want to play so that you hear what this idiot have said previously.
forward. From today, all ADF, SOCADEF, and AMF activities on ground zero are banned.
So, if you hear this he-goat, this he-goat Chris Anu coming out and saying that he thinks that I should never sit on the same table and all this type of stuff, this is him. Saying that he's banning ADF, he's banning SOCADEF, he's banning the AMF. Does he even have a power to ban any group in Ambazonia? It shows you how stupid, how irrelevant whatever he says is. He does not think or measure his weight. He's like a he-goat. You can just call it a he-goat. So he's a stupid person. And I want you to listen to what he has said previously. Of course, we know that ADF, SOCADEF, AMF, you cannot ban any group. You cannot. La Republic cannot wipe out group in ground zero. And then what about you with your big mouth in America there, jobless man? What can you do? Somebody who had embezzled money from my trip to Boya. So I want you people to listen to the he-goat.
Going forward, there shall be nothing known and called by those names on ground zero. Number two.
So this is in, I think, 2019. Chris Anu saying that there will be nothing called AMF. There will be nothing called SOCADEF. There will be nothing called the ADF in particular and AGC in ground zero. And did that happen? To show you that he has just empty mouth, saying things that are just his delusions. Listen.
No ADF forces are allowed to exist or function in any county and local government in Amazonia. The interim government disowns and distances itself from the AGC, its activities, and its leader, Cho Ayaba, and equally condemns and distances itself from any commander engaged in such activities. The AGC shall have no place in all collaborative platforms of the interim government. Amazonians to remove all AGC surrogates from their...
So this is somebody who have banned the AGC, the AGC, ADF, SOCADEF, AMF, saying that they should never be found on any collaborative platform, but yet you were running to go to Cambodia because you want to go to Canada, where the AGC was there, where I was there, and you want to say that you will not sit with me when you are running to come and sit with me. Chris Anu, I am the liberation. The liberation is with me. If you don't want Capo Daniel, leave the liberation. Con man. So listen to the nonsense he's saying.
Block or deny friendship to all AGC members from your social media platforms. Amazonia Fora. Admins should immediately remove any defaulter from the forum.
So now Cristiano that he talks, me they move all AGC people them for all chat group them. All of them. Today he talks to the AGC, they send me for meeting them. So you want complain, say group where you don't ban them, he send some man for go attend meeting. Group where you don't call and say na la republic them. You the complain say they send some man me go for meeting. When I see live, when I see how stupid it be, how it like how can you call him? Na mumu man. Chris Anu, you are a mumu man. So make una listen, and this is very humorous, but I must address it because some of my people that are over insisted make I respond. So make we listen up.
Number 6, Amazonians all over the diaspora should consider banning all AGC meetings or conventions in our respective countries.
So now man this way talks even for diaspora, me then stop people that are meeting them, Amazonian the meeting. Now man we hate the sick.
Reporting intentions of any of such meetings to the local police in the diaspora.
So
if the money is there, let the leader receive a stipend. If the money is there, I will take it. I will take it. You can take this to the bank because I have to raise the money. If the money is there, if the leader has the ability to raise the funds, he should be compensated for his... In the same...
So that is Chris Anu saying that we need to take money for struggle. All man for this struggle to work. I work full-time job. I never ever chop 5 francs for this struggle. I contribute for this struggle. So why would they raise money then for spend and for ground zero? Chris Anu they take his own money, they take part for that money for chop up. I need to talk and hold her. Because now a church rat, now a hungry man who have no way of surviving. This struggle have become his own living. This is his own career. He's not here as a volunteer trying to serve our people. He's here to make money. It is his life. It's his life. That's why people like this will not even want this war to stop. So Chris Anu is depending on this liberation movement for his upkeep. The first time he rents a house in America is because of my trip to Boya. The first time, I don't know if he has bought a car. He went and created that. He has gone to create an embassy in America. I don't know how many visas he has given. But this is just a clown. So listen to some of the ridiculous things he has to say so that you people know the ego behind him.
He should be compensated for his... In the same token, ladies and gentlemen, the interim government is also announcing a citizenship registration drive for all Amazonians living in the diaspora.
So now person this way, if he say the government, they don't talk say the one will make ID card for all diaspora and for Amazonia. Because they look all the way for take money for people then. Ask you say how many Amazonians they don't make any ID card. Now but tell una say it not only be irrelevant, it be inconsequential, and he always makes statements that have zero or no consequences. And we make a play some stupid things away.
Let's get this play. This is only for the diaspora. The registration begins 1st of August. Some people move on, you don't support it, we'll lay down our tools I have to be very frank, very frank with you. There is no other way. You have to give your money. You don't give your money, we will lay down tools, carry our hands on our head, surrender to La République du Cameroon.
So is this not an obvious traitor? Anybody who wants to pose himself as a liberator, somebody who says that if you don't give him money, he will raise his hand, surrender, carry his hand on his head, and surrender to La République without any shame. How can you say you are fighting for freedom? You are willing to sacrifice. Freedom is not for people who come and receive salary. Freedom fighters are people who are sacrificing their resources, their life for a cause. They are the ones giving. But somebody who clearly says that if you don't give him money, he will surrender himself to La République. He will not surrender and stay home. He will not surrender like the Japanese with honor and commit suicide. But he will go and join the enemy, he will surrender to La République. This is the ego, this is the idiot who is opening his mouth to talk. These are the biggest traitors who have killed soldiers on the ground. Not that people make up story. They have ordered the death of soldiers, buried soldiers alive in Bui, murdered soldiers in Lebia Lemde. A good man. So listen.
Will be all. I don't have to say it the way it is. Move on. You don't support it. We'll lay down our tools. I have to be very frank, very frank with you. There is no other way. You have to give your money. You don't give your money, we will lay down tools, carry our hands on our head, surrender to La République du Cameroon, and that will be all. I don't have to say it the way it is.
So maybe we'll go back for the other presentation.
So you have there on your screen the image of Ngong Capo Daniel, whom I made it very clear. I made it very clear to Divine Chamacom. I am not coming on your show. Mean you have a following? Of course not. That doesn't mean you have a following. He has no following. And I will say it here and say it there, say it today, say it tomorrow, until it gets into the ears of everybody. Please, I cannot take this call now. Hold on to your thought.
I have the highest following compared to Chris Anu, and I've shown it to our people several times. This is a screenshot. I've shown you the wrong screenshot. This is a screenshot just taken today, comparing my outing with the outings of Chris Anu. I have more people who view me. I have a daily podcast. We engage at least 3 million of our people every single day on YouTube and on WhatsApp, according to Google's statistics. So compared to me, Chris Anu do not have followers. Compared to me, Chris Anu do not have influence. Me, I am not just somebody who talks on social media. I have actually built forces on ground zero. Trained forces in ground zero. This is somebody who cannot even call the word AK-47. He hides behind the mic and calls it sticks and stones and claims to be a leader. Chris Anu is just an empty mouth, somebody who uses his microphone to speak and talk propaganda with no actual soldiers on the ground that receive instructions from him. He is not capable of carrying out any operation in ground zero or impact our struggle in any way. Intellectually, he is a momo. He cannot even articulate our history or know what we are fighting for. This is an illiterate, dull person, corrupt person, a cold-blooded, the most hated Ambazonia for the crimes he has committed. As I tell now, Mark Barata famously talks, if you put Chris Anu and Paul Biya, he get now only one bullet. He go kill Chris Anu, leave Paul Biya. For tell now how evil this boy is. But let us finish the rest of the video.
And call a few minutes later. But I made it very clear. I made it very clear to Divine Chamacom. I am not coming on your show to come and sit on the same set with Capo Daniel to make him feel legitimate in this struggle. I will not come. I will not come.
So the idiot, they talk about the interview I get out with Divine Chamacom. See, then call me and email, we can debate. And this is very important for Ambazonians to know. Chris Anu claimed that he cannot sit on me and debate on the same channel. It is not because he cannot. It is because he cannot stand me, because intellectually he is an empty ngongong, he's an empty container and make just empty noise. He cannot articulate anything, and people like this are running away from debate. The reason why he says that he sit with me on the same platform and debate or talk, it's not because he thinks that I am an enemy or anything. Because the same Chris Anu have sat down with Issa Cheruma, have brought Frundi, have spoken to Nambere, people who were actually working with La Republic during those periods. So his only reason that he's afraid to sit side by side with me is, for one thing, he's afraid of leadership. He knows that I am more capable, I am more fluent, I am more savvy with our history, and I'm more creative for our people than he is. I've taken more responsibility than he has. I am responsible for 80% of our international engagement in terms of media outreach for the past, I think, 8 years in this our struggle that we have been fighting for the whole 8 years. 80% interviews for the international community, engaging them on our narrative, have been done by me. So Chris Anu is nothing. You remember there was a journalist in the Voice of America called James Botti of Voice of America. He interviewed me, and Chris Anu starts to send him threatening messages, threatening him. Why did you interview Capo Daniel? You can never interview Capo Daniel. The guy forwarded some of the messages to me, and it was really curious about why is this guy so angry? If people are coming to me, it's because they have seen that my platform provides more accurate and genuine information from ground zero. Even the New York Times have quoted messages that they refer from my podcast because it is more accurate, it is more in tune with what is happening in ground zero. The same thing with Mimi Mefo. He attacked Mimi Mefo because Mimi Mefo interviewed me. He attacked the guy in Randy Josiah. I think he works with this other TV channel for interviewing me. So someone who behaves like this, somebody who is mad, he's not mentally stable. He's so obsessed of thinking of himself like being the spokesman or being the top person of Amazonia when he is not. And when you see people who have more relevant than him, he tries to fight it and create a cocoon of his own to claim the things that he thinks he is when he is clearly not. So he's just a mumu guy who is suffering from complexity. He cannot stand the fact that young people are vibrant and more intelligent, and he will carry my back. So let us listen to the rest of what the fool was talking about.
Because again, we have never acknowledged Capo Daniel as a leader in this struggle. Maybe AGOVC did.
Look at this idiot. He's sitting on a platform built by me, Capo Daniel. I am the founder of the IG. I am the founder of the IG. When Siseko wanted to fire Sako, it was me that they called to come and support the APC. Is it the APNC? The conference that was in charge to fire Sako from his position. It was me that they called. So who is he talking about? That you have to accept somebody to become a leader? For him, it's about leader. So obviously, everything for him is about leader. We are not fighting about leader. Chris Anu should know that leadership is not just people make you leader. Just because people call you leader do not make you leader. Leadership are for people who takes lead, who takes initiatives, who assume responsibility in this struggle. This is a person who have been causing problems for the past 3 years, declaring unnecessary lockdown that have punished our people so much that they have turned against the struggle. In every incident on ground zero, I have taken the responsibility. There is nobody who have taken responsibility than me. When we went to Toronto to discuss about groups in defense, Chris Anu was not even there. He was not even mentioned. So these are irrelevant people who seeks relevance, and their own struggle in this, our struggle, is not to fight to free our people, is to fight to maintain the money they are receiving through contribution on their YouTube channel, and it has nothing to offer for our people. So let me play.
Maybe AGOVC did, because he was out there representing AGOVC everywhere. I don't know whether all the leaders.
So this is a doorman. He doesn't know that I was the appointed ambassador of the IG to the Middle East and Asia. He does not even know, or he knows, but his mind is at the top pansa à gauche. He's an ego. Not only that, I was part of the people who the SCBC TV. I was those initial coordinators that were in their board of directors in the SCBC that he was broadcasting from. I was the bishop of the Tigers of Ambazonia. I was the pioneer of Ambazonian groups here in Asia who mobilized our people. So this is an opportunist who clearly is over his head. But the record is clear for every rational person and logical person to see through his charade. He is just so angry that Capo Daniel is taking leadership. I'm a leader in the struggle. It's not a matter of talking. I'm a leader in the struggle. I've taken lead. When it comes to the policy of this struggle, banning of brasseries was my initiative. Community school, I championed it. I instituted it. So what is he talking about? Ngongong as we talk.
AGOVs, you don't have passports or what? Because anywhere you went, you saw Capo Daniel, and the guy can barely speak a word in English. You look at the press statement he puts out there from the first line to the last line, in tautology everywhere in that statement. He can barely construct a sentence in English, and yet this is the diplomat. The diplomat turned Larabapro to Cameroon.
So that is Chris Anu saying that I cannot speak proper English. Yes, I cannot speak proper English, but bet you I'm better than you, Chris Anu. I have a C grade. Did I have a C grade in English in my ordinary level without even attending classes? I'm very proud to be speaking Pidgin. My English is Pidgin standard English. And people who have gone to have PhD will come and translate for me and write letters for me. I'm very proud of my Pidgin speaking and have brought Pidgin to the forefront. When John Fundi started his political party, people were saying the same thing, that this man have not gone to school, he doesn't have a PhD, he cannot even speak English very well. But John Fundi was the most smartest politician that has ever been born in Ambazonia. He was the most fluent communicator, even though he speaks poor grammar. Communication is not grammar. Chris Anu cannot even speak English. English is not our language. It is assimilation. I will never learn to speak fluent or the so-called perfect English because I'm a Pidgin speaker. Pidgin is my first language, and Pidgin shall be standardized so that we can use it not just as a means of communication, but as a means to educate our people. Trust me, open vocational school in Ambazonia and teach the people in Pidgin. You have the best engineers, you have the best economy by our own people. So the people who are learning in this English, they end up doing recitation and all this type of thing. So what type of stupidity is he talking about? I'm the most articulated, the best advocate in our land, our entire history. The things that I've shown our people about our history, even Professor Kaznanyangwe did not open your eyes to see the things that I'm showing you people in our history. So what is he talking about? So, and then this is another video made by some of these people that they want to show that Capo Daniel is sharing intelligence outside there. I'm just using this time to show this thing to our people to understand some of these things. Southwest, or inside the Atlantic, the coastal region of Amazonia. So anyway, this video they talk about out of the means. Me, I show the location. I show the location where our fighter them for inside the Meme, then carry out some operation for the I think General Lucifer. So they show and say Capo Daniel, they show the place where he did it. It means Capo Daniel, he give intelligence for the enemy. Now because they then think say our people they not get brain on their own. Inside that very video where our General Lucifer released he talk the name for the quarter where they did it, the name for Meme, the direct location where they did for the. So the enemy need here. Even our general self where they for the a picture. The thing I just say what people them will get individuals who are so stupid and they assume that our people don't have brain. But for the good news is that majority of our people can think for themselves. And in this our struggle, majority of them are now thinking for themselves. And people like Chris Anu are in the background, their time is over. Ambazonians should know one thing. There is no solution that will come from the various organizations that have existed in this our struggle for the past 80 years. They are all become the dinosaurs. They cannot move us forward. They are all in a state of vegetative state. They cannot give us any decision. They are now suffering from a plague of partisanship, where liberation organizations have all been transformed into partisan groups that are more focused about their own group's interests, their group image, and fighting to dominate in ground zero and in social media space. They will never make any decision that uphold the public interest. That is why the Ambazonian People's Right platform was born, where we advocate for our people's right. We put the primary objective to advance the cause of our people through pragmatic means. And people like Chris Anu can only make noise like they have been making for all their life. He's a church rat, a poor man that have taken this struggle as his own means of living. Everybody who is a liberator have to contribute for the struggle, not have to take money away from the struggle. So I want to address this video as it's a weekend. For those people who have been telling me address this video, ignore Chris Anu. He's an empty container, empty ngongong. He will make the loudest noise, but he will just end there. He doesn't have any influence. He ends with his microphone, and that is where he starts and ends. We will lead our struggle to its expectant end, and will bring our people victory through the Peace Plan initiative that we have unfolded. God bless you all. Have a blessed sky wherever you are. Ciao.